ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be taking a look at the Marmit Godzilla Vinyl Wars Godzilla 2000 Previews Exclusive Release. Is there another version out there that differs from this one? I don't know. Maybe, probably, but I don't know. Right off the bat, this guy just comes off very spiky, very colorful, and yes, rather thick. Gold paint for the eyes, metallic silver for the teeth, a bloody metallic red for the inside of the mouth. And just look at how uneven the eyes are. It's honestly kind of adorable, but also a little scary. Why do you look like that? We've got gold paint for the toenails and the claws up here. We've got metallic greens and purples, which seem to be on just random parts of the figure wherever they really wanted it to be. I say that in a way where the purple is really only in one consistent place, that being on the top of the head leading into the tail, as the other side has purple on the arms and thighs and this side does not. But I do love the placement of the metallic green where it sits consistently. But most of all, I really do enjoy the metallic purple. It's just different for this Godzilla and Godzilla overall. But most of my praises and love comes from these dorsal fins, as the mixture of color strewn about with all of these fan-fucking-tastic details. Honestly, it's just really hard to beat. It reminds me a lot of Godzilla 1999 and subsequently 2000's Heat Ray that he had. A Godzilla sporting a Heat Ray that didn't become standard blue until Godzilla GMK. It was a weird flex at the time, but I'm not really complaining. Plus, I just really love the fact that this guy's back is gold, and that gold will be present even on, okay, not the tail, but the dorsal fins on the tail are nice until about around here, where it's just green and purple. If even that, because it all stops around here. Same with the opposite side of the tail, but I like that the color has like this decent fall off. Now we'll get it in strength here, and then that whittles away, leaving the metallic purple and green to really bring it up to the tip where it's just pitch black. I swear on my meatball parmesan dinner plate over there that this is not a cope, but I kinda like that. Yeah, I really don't know how to describe it. The metallic purple and green mixed with these bombastic heat ray colors, all of that really just coming to a head and then reaching the tail where it slowly fades out into a tip of the tail that just has no color at all. For once, it just feels like an artistic choice. Not something they did because they were lazy pieces of shit. But yeah, love the dorsal fins, love the detail on the skin over here and the top of Godzilla's head overall. You can even see his little ears there. This is a fantastic looking figure. And when you pick the lad up and just look at his body under the right amount of light, oh my god, all the detail present is honestly sickening. How dare you? Obviously sickening in a good way. I love the thickness of Godzilla's neck. Love how bumpy and groovy the titty area is, moving into the crotch and then the thighs over here. And I really love how heavy-handed the green metallic paint is on the feet. I actually kind of love how they really don't match with one another at all either. I guess since we're here, we'll see Godzilla, Toho Company Limited, and this little stickeroo, Marmit made in Japan. And now we can take a look at the simple detail work on the bottom of Godzilla's tail, further making it a pretty damn great tail in my eyes. Holy crap, there's even detail on the inside of his ear over here. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but just the fact that you can actually tell that it's an ear and not a rogue spike, that's pretty cool. Sure, it's bare minimum type stuff, but it's something I can appreciate. Just a really big fan of the purple on metallic green before we move into these dorsal fins, and again, these friggin' dorsal fins, man, Jesus. I am a little confused as to how this arm and thigh have metallic purple, and this side just doesn't. Maybe they actually forgot to apply the purple, but so far with most of these Marmit Medicom releases, the paint job has never really been all that consistent. Intentional or an accident, I don't care because I'm just a little bit too much of a fanboy when it comes to this guy's shiny nature. How am I just noticing now that there's metallic green on Godzilla's jawline? Both sides, yet not on the bottom. I like that quite a bit, Marmit. And even though the metallic reddish pink paint on his mouth can be a little messy in some areas, it's kind of bloody. I kind of dig it. Anyway, that's it for paint and detail on this guy, and I'm going to give him 2 solid stars. Stylistic vinyl figures might not be for everybody, but they're certainly for me, if you couldn't tell that already. Now let's just take a quick look into articulation. Articulation at the arms. Do be careful of these golden nails scraping up against the thighs. Yes, of course. At both sides. Godzilla's tail over here can indeed swivel all the way around with some minimal resistance here and there. Now Godzilla's legs can indeed rotate forward and back, and they can completely go all the way around, but I don't want to risk scraping any of this paint off. This side I'm okay with though, because it doesn't have as much paint, and there you go, full rotation. And there will be nothing at the head or neck. Honestly, figures like these with their flashy ass paint jobs, I really don't think they need articulation. They're pretty eye-catching by themselves, but just the fact that they have articulation at all, plus a cool color scheme, yeah, that's a solid start from me. Let's take a look at some size comparisons. Marmit Godzilla Vinyl Wars Shin Godzilla, Godzilla Collection Godzilla 1962, Bandai Premium Kaiju Shiromarudashi, Bandai King of the Monsters series Shin Godzilla Final Climax version, a couple more Final Climax Shin Godzilla figures, the Bandai Limited Movie Monsters series Meguro Goji, and the SH Monster Arts Godzilla, fucking piece of shit. And here he is in comparison to a bunch of other Godzilla 1999 and 2000 stuff. I would go as far to say that this guy is centerpiece worthy. If not for his very metallic and shiny nature, but also just for the fact that it's probably one of the more different looking 1999 and 2000 pieces. I mean, yeah, there are theater exclusive versions that went a little hard on the motherfucking paint, but for the most part, this guy, he doesn't feel too much. He doesn't feel like he doesn't do enough. He's just at this certain middle ground that just reeks of excellence. This lad is right on up there with Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die King Goji, and remains one of my more favored Godzilla 2000 releases to just look at and talk about. I mean, seriously, look at these dorsal fins again, man. Screw my face. This is where it's at. Always where it's at. Now, that's about going to wrap this video up, which means when next we meet, we are going to be talking about one of the best Marmit or Medicom. I think it's exclusively a Medicom release, but yeah, one of the best Medicom figures I've ever seen and I'll probably ever own. A Marmit / Medicom figure with a realistic paint job. They fucking kill it. See you then.
Did you see that?